Ahead and get started. My name is Elke. I am the CEO and founder of Savvy Moms Unite, where I teach moms how to live a simple, practical, realistic life. My goal and my purpose is to ensure that I work with moms to find the career of their desires while they build income over time. And my heart, thank you for joining. My heart is single mothers because I've been one for many years and raised my daughter primarily on my own. So I totally understand the struggles and the things that single moms have to go through to make things work and ends meet and balance life. So that's who I really target. But I work with any mom. I don't turn any mom away. But this topic is for those that are dating, for women who are married, and are in long-term relationships where they're sharing responsibilities financially with another person. And the reason I brought up this topic because it could greatly impact you personally, and it can even impact your relationship if these discussions don't take place. So a lot of the times talking about money is very difficult. It's very uncomfortable because you have to reveal some things. You have to reveal that you may not be fully aware of what your financial situation is. You may have to reveal that you aren't fully understanding of things that you need to do when it comes to money. And that's uncomfortable. Who wants to reveal, okay, I'm not that great with money, or I'm really in a bad situation and I don't want to involve anyone else in that situation, so I'm kind of going to keep quiet about it and not really talk to my significant other and relay the information that is appropriate so that we both are on the same page. But here's how you could be really causing damage to your own pockets if you're not having the discussion around money. If you and your partner aren't on the same page about spending, about saving, about what's priority in the home, you're going to be going on this path where he's doing one thing and you're doing another thing, and you don't seem to come together or make agreements on where your money should go. And if you're making significant major money decisions together, you all have to have those conversations. And really, you should know where your partner is financially. You should know how they're spending their money, what they're prioritizing, what kind of debts they're coming into the relationship with. That's important to know, because if you decide to marry, let's say you're dating and you're looking at marriage and you decide to marry, you inherit whatever debt that person brings into the relationship. So you both need to be honest with each other where you stand, especially if you're considering marriage, because it's a big, sacrifice to say that you're willing to take on whatever they're bringing debt-wise into the relationship. So I would say, while you're dating and if you're serious about a marriage, start having these real conversations with each other and making plans to make sure you both are making great efforts to get yourself into a better financial situation if you're coming in it that way. And let's say one person might be coming into the situation okay, but the other one's really having significant financial problems. How do you support that? How do you support your partner in making sure that they're on board when it's time for you to make major decisions, that you're not struggling with each other? Hey, Sterling the Polisher, how are you? Thanks for joining. So just really being honest and real with the other, telling them your pitfalls and your fears around money. What are the things that you're really struggling to talk about? What are the things that you're really struggling to understand and learn when it comes to money? You both should really have that open and honest conversation, and it should be guided with questions to gain information and understanding. You shouldn't be talking to your partner, hey girl, you shouldn't be talking to your partner in a condescending and belittling way. Especially if you're the one who's got it together. and they're still kind of struggling to get it together, or vice versa, you shouldn't really be speaking to them in a condescending way and making them feel bad. It's already uncomfortable to come to the person who you're living with, having a relationship with, married to, and talking about this stuff and knowing that it's uncomfortable. You don't want them to feel even worse when they've come to you and say, hey, I got thousands of dollars in debt and I don't even know how to tackle it. You're like, how did you do that? What's wrong with you? We all have had our moments. And so you have to come from a point of understanding. You both have to be willing to meet each other at the same spot. But if you're not having conversations, you're not aware of your significant other's financial standing, like you don't know they have thousands of dollars in debt, or they're not paying bills on time, they don't seem to be consistent, or are not making sound financial decisions. If you're not aware of that prior to you making a full commitment to them, then you really need to start having those conversations now. You shouldn't be married and then now having the conversation. It should be prior to that. Because you want to know where they stand. You want to know if you can agree or disagree on certain things when it comes to how you spend your money. If you're going to buy property with this person, and the first time you're finding out their credit score, and they haven't paid, they're back on so many bills, and you can't buy that house because of issues they had. How embarrassing is that to figure that out in a meeting when you're going to fill out paperwork? You should really be fully aware with each other on the same page. And I'm not saying this is not common sense. I've seen it happen where couples aren't aware, they're going into a situation, they're finding out for the first time where the other stands financially. And it's hurting one person's pocket, and they're now feeling some kind of way. You should be on the same page about how you spend money prior. You should be both budgeting separately and together. You should have your own personal budget, so should they, and you should have a household budget that you share together. The reason why I say have your own separate, because there are things that you're just doing on your own that you need to take care of. So you might not want certain things to be paid for by your significant other that you have to maintain yourself, because it's still your personal credit and identity that needs to be considered, especially if one of you owns a business. Like I own a business, and my business comes through my own personal information. So I may not necessarily want my significant other, someone I'm just dating, to be involved in money aspects when it comes to that. So I need to maintain that. But if it's stuff like rent, food for the house, fixing things in the house, appliances, major money decisions, you should have a combined budget that you both contribute to and focus on and work together on. But personal debts prior to the marriage should be cared for by you. And you should be actively working to take care of those debts while you're dating this person. It shouldn't be their expectation that they can falter on that while you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. Then you look to get married and you're suddenly discovering you're in a bad place financially. And now you're going to be impacted because they've been making poor financial decisions. And if they don't want to be upfront with you and tell you what's going on, then that's a major issue. If you are in a long-term relationship and the commitment's there, you should be able to have these discussions. It shouldn't be a problem. You shouldn't be waiting to have it. You shouldn't be forced to have it. It should be becoming almost normalized in your discussions, because it could lead to real major issues. Many reasons people break up or divorce is over money. And a lot of it's around communication and clarity. And if you haven't had clear understanding, communication around money for too long, you get used to operating so separately that when it's time for you to have that discussion, the other's hiding information because they don't want to reveal things. And you don't want to wait till it's too late. You do not want to be responsible for a major debt that you didn't incur yourself. Take care of those debts prior. Make sure they're all set. You're both walking into the situation, dealing with just whatever you both decide to take on together as a couple. Okay? What else you need to consider? And you might be able to learn stuff from them and vice versa. You might be able to look at it as a learning process. just make it so that it's comfortable. It's a learning process. You're both trying to get to certain goals. Create a goal together. Look, our goal is to, maybe it is to take care of a significant amount of debt by the next 6 months, and here's how we're going to do it. You both can challenge each other to see, okay, whoever gets there first owes the other one dinner. Whatever you need to do to kind of reward each other and get each other into it so that it's fun and it's engaging and it helps you long term. Maybe you're both decided to save for a vacation. So you're like, all right, we're going to give up certain items to make sure that we're on the same page to get to this vacation reward. Try to make it so that it's really beneficial mutually to the both of you. It's not just one or the other. Because financial success, when both of you have that, makes for a really great opportunity for you to make sound decisions in the future, and it doesn't put that added stress after you've married, because as you know, someone who's been part of many wedding planning processes, money is a big stress for the couples, and when they're not on the same page about how they want to spend towards the wedding, because one might be a spendthrift, the other might be, a saver, and you're trying to debate that and you've never had those issues prior, you can't come together on that. And then you're struggling to make those decisions when it comes to what you spend on a wedding. And a wedding shouldn't be sending you broke before you enter a marriage. You should really look at it as, we need to go into this marriage on a sound footing and financially, so that we're not having issues once we've married. So I hope this was helpful. I hope, it gave you some tips and tools. Definitely keep having these discussions. They're important, whether they're weekly, monthly. You should be doing your budgets together. You should really be going through and knowing what is being spent on household items. No one person should be in the dark. We're no longer in the world where one person is taking care of everything and the other person is in the dark. I can tell you that will lead to some major disappointments later on if you're not fully aware of how bills are getting taken care of in your home. You both should be on the same page and know, okay, the rent's due. Where's your portion? Here's my portion. Having a joint account just for bills is important to have, so that there's no dispute. Okay, I put this amount. It should take care of rent, utilities, laundry, food, whatever. All that goes into that account, and that's how you pay your bills through to safeguard having any miscommunications later. And both of you should have access to that account, and it should only be accessed if you need to take out cash to pay a bill. You should never be dipping into that account for personal expenses. That's why you have your own separate account for your own play money, right? So there's no confusion there. And that was a bonus. So I hope this was helpful. Please definitely continue to follow me here on Periscope. I'm here Monday through Fridays in the mornings, providing you with career financial tips. If you're interested in learning more about what I do on the financial side and career advisement side, you can check out my website, www.savvymomsunite.com, where I offer my products and services. If you click the link to my bio here on Periscope, I offer a course called Get Your Money Life. This is for anyone. It's not specific. You can take this course if you're looking to just really get yourself jump started when it comes to budgeting and saving and making sure that you're on the right track to getting yourself out of debt. So that course is off. I have a link to it in my bio. Definitely take it. The course, once you buy it, it's yours. You can keep it, watch it as many. There are videos attached to it along with documents to help you create your own budget for yourself. I'll walk you right through it. So take the chance and offer it. And with the savings with the ways to save that I teach you, you can get the money back on the course easily. It's really not difficult. Just follow the steps. So thanks again. Love talking to you. Hope you have a blessed and wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.